I just think that'd be so fun. So even though he's rocking one of the best decks in the new meta, one of the most broken decks, we're able to easily handle it with a couple copies of Mystical Dispute. Hey everybody, welcome back. Thanks for taking the time to watch Hello the Game. We're back with another Ikoria Lair of Behemoths deck. Today is Dimir Flash, which really reminds me of the old Simic Flash, if you can balance enough counters in it. Voracious Greatshark really ties the whole deck together. It's a little bit expensive, but when we combine this new card with our other new card, Cunning Nightbonder, it makes it a little bit cheaper and more viable in matches and can really upset the game, much like a Frilled Mystic used to in Simic Flash. So, as always, we're going to take a look at the deck list. We're going to talk about the strategy. We're going to get into our gameplay footage for the day and come full circle with our closing thoughts. Make sure to give me a thumbs up if I provide you with any value during your viewing experience today. So, with that all being said, let's take a look at our deck list. We have 4 copies of Spectral Sailor, a 1/1 with flash and flying. You can pay 4 to draw a card, and of course it is a 1-drop, right? So this is really nice to open up the game with. You get that nice chip damage off the start, and you can draw a card later on. Again, we're wanting to play all of our creatures on our opponent's turn. Getting right into our 2-drops here, we have 4 copies of Brineborn Cutthroat. It's a 2/1 with flash, and whenever you cast a spell during an opponent's turn, put a 1/1 counter on Brineborn Cutthroat. We have 4 copies of Cunning Nightbonder, 2/2 with flash. Spells with flash you cast cost 1 less to cast and can't be countered. Oh, that's a very powerful uncommon in the new set. We have 4 copies of Quench, counter target spell unless its controller pays 2. 4 copies of Brazen Borrower. This is a 3/1 with flash and flying. It can only block creatures with flying, and it comes tagged along with Petty Theft and Instant Adventure. Return target non-land permanent an opponent controls to its owner's hand. We have 4 copies of Sea-Dasher Octopus. This is a 2/2 with flash, so not very good value there. However, the mutate cost is only 2, and whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. So this is really cool to put on one of our flyers to make a Curious Obsessions or a Staggering Insights type draw engine, right? Where wherever we do combat damage, we get to draw a card. So that's a really nice tempo engine. We have 4 copies of Slithering Wisp. This is a 2 swamp requirement spell with only 1 island, so it's a little bit mana strict there, but with only 2 colors, you should have no trouble playing it. It's a 3/2 with flash. Whenever you cast another spell that has flash, you draw a card, and each opponent loses 1 life. So this is really good chip damage, and when we combined the Slitherwisp chip damage with our Spectral Sailor chip damage off the start, it starts to add up to substantial damage. We have 4 copies of Mystical Dispute. An instant, this spell costs 2 less to cast if it targets a blue spell. Counter target spell unless its controller pays 3. We do have 1 single 4-drop. It is the Dirgebat or Batra Dark Destroyer. It's a 3/3 with flash and flying, so actually not that bad of stats. Mutate cost is 6, so pretty expensive there. And whenever this creature mutates, destroy target creature or planeswalker and opponent controls. This is really nice when we have Cunning Nightbonder on the field to reduce that mutate cost, right? We also have 3 copies of Voracious Greatshark for 5. This is a 5/4 with flash, and when Voracious Greatshark enters the battlefield, counter target artifact or creature spell. These spells are accompanied by 11 islands, 5 swamps, 4 watery graves, and 4 fabled passages. We've only incorporated watery graves because we do want to play pretty tempo here. We don't want to miss our Spectral Sailor. We don't want to miss our Cutthroat or our Nightbonder. It's really important for us to hit turn 1, turn 2, turn 3 almost flawlessly, right? To ride that mana curve up and just scale out, right? So we're not running the Scry lands. We're not running any other lands. But if you need to, you can, right? Instead of running lands that always come in tapped, we're running Fabled Passage lands that come in tapped sometimes, right? So worst case scenario, we have a tapped land. Best case scenario, we have no tapped lands. So that's the deck list. Let's talk a little bit about the deck strategy. It is a flash deck, so we're playing cards only on our opponent's turn, ideally, unless the situation will provide positive value for us to do otherwise, right? And again, we really like to ramp. We're not ramping with lands. We are ramping by decreasing the cost of our flash spells, which our whole deck is, through our Cunning Nightbonder. So we really want to trim the cost of our spells with the Nightbonder. That's going to make the Voracious Greatshark very viable and very good, as well as our Dirgebat. We don't get any reductions on our Slitherwisp, which kind of sucks, or our Sea-Dasher Octopus unless we're playing it for its Flash Mutate. And let's be honest, you probably are, because who wants a 2/2 for 3? The only reason you'd cast the Octopus is if you didn't have something for another creature to mutate on, because the only downside to Cunning Nightbonder, it's a human, so you cannot mutate onto your own Nightbonder. But Spectral Sailor is there for that reason. Brineborn Cutthroat is there for that reason. Brazen Borer is there for that reason. And if you really need to use the Octopus for that, again, I don't recommend it. It doesn't have flying. We really want it to have flying or huge token generation, so it gets big enough that he can't kill it with a blocker, right? If we do get far enough in the game, we can mutate on to our Dirgebat, preferably, again, because it has flying. And with that being said, primarily get your Octopus on a flyer for the draw engine, and then you also want to cast spells with flash for your draw engine. Ideally, you're holding up all of your mana, right? And then your opponent plays. You decide whether you want to use your Quench, your Mystical Dispute, or your Voracious Greatshark on him to counter his spells. If you decide that his spells aren't threatening to your line of play, then you leave it, right? You don't counter, and then you play more of your flash creatures. So you build your board state. So you're either countering his big threats that you need to, or continuing to build your board state. So that's basically the strategy, you guys, right? Hold up your counters. If you don't counter, play creatures, and then attack tempo-wise, right? It's not the worst to always hold up mana to protect your draw engines. That's going to be the biggest part of winning. Use your Brazen Borer's Petty Theft to bounce any threats, and Annex with an Embercleave, for example, right? It's really nice to also have a Brazen Borer handy for that. So that's the general deck strategy. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell icon so you're notified of our future videos. And we are also live on Twitch every single morning, 6 a.m. PST. I'd love your company. More importantly than that, though, joining our Discord with a link in the description below is going to get you access to all of our community events. We're giving away almost $3,000 in cash prizes spread out through like almost 10 different community events and competitions now. Everything from monthly tournaments that are all free to enter, like meme contests, highlight contests. We've got it all going on. There's so many things happening. So with that all being said, I do have one more thing to say, you guys. This video is brought to us by aetherhub.com and MTGA Assistant. Be sure to check out the link in the description below to visit www.mtgaassistant.net and download the greatest Magic the Gathering Arena tracker, MTGA Assistant. All right, thanks for watching. Now let's get into today's gameplay footage. Cunning Nightbonder is probably one of the coolest new cards, you guys, especially for an uncommon card. Very powerful. Paying life for here, passing our turn, pretending like it's a dispute, question mark? No. So he's coming untapped, does not matter. We actually should have waited till after the scry because now he has more information for his scry than he would have if we didn't. So just remember that I'm being a bad player. Right, we got Flash on our second creature as well. Let's hold our horses. The question becomes Brineborn Cutthroat or Cunning Nightbonder. Where's priority fall? Right, Jessicai's got a Deafening Clarion, so we probably just need to get, I don't even know, everything out for him to kill. Rip. All right, ending our turn. Even if he does wipe, we do have the luxury of Flash, which means we can reassault immediately. Banishing Light is fine. Let's let him target our Nightbonder before we play, right? And it's gonna cost more, but I'd rather the draw than the token. You know what I mean? Fatal Passage can come in here. Or a Blizzu. One island, please. And then let's get him. Still, just continuing our unrelenting assault. Down to 12. We're at 18. Still, we need to avoid fires. We need to avoid Definite Clarion. We do have a Mystical Dispute, though, so... it's going to be a tough turn for him. It'd be cool if our Flash dude was still on the field. We could have Brineborned into a Dispute. Oh, that would have been fire. All right, down to 8. We're at 18 still. Sarkhan. This just counters creature, artifact, or creature. Mystical Dispute wouldn't work. We wouldn't have anything really. I guess let's let it hit. We could have Brineborned and tried to draw, I guess. That would have been better. Oops. What do you do with any information? Okay. That's not too shabby, in all honesty. It's not good, but it's not bad. Right? We can counter a creature. Right? It's just creature. Artifact or creature. That's kind of a bummer. Mutate is for 6. We have 3, 4, 5, 6. We could mutate onto our Cutthroat, give it flying maybe. Yeah. We should have done it actually in response before the Sarkhan. Before the Sarkhan. Yeah, thank you. We're going on top of it as well. Over. And we're going to kill Sarkhan. It's such a huge threat. And doing that before he uses his trigger, even though it wouldn't do much. Aggro City. Let's see what he does. I'm interested. Yeah, I mean, we've got 2 flash creatures. I'm not too worried. Unfortunately, we can't cast them both, right? We only have 7 mana. We would need 1 more. Teferi's cool. Right, he could play Teferi, but that uses his single white. Yeah, he would need to play his fires first. And now his second spell is going to be Teferi. That's not enough. I think this is a good game, you guys. I'm trying to stop saying you guys, just to be clear, because I had a couple comments about that. So he wipes the field, and yeah, either of these will work. Let's go with the one that's a little bit stronger. Well, actually, that's his 2 spells. He's got fires. He can't play anything anyways. Fires he can't play on my turn, so it doesn't even matter which card we play. Good game. Not a lot of land, you guys. We're gonna mulligan that, and we cannot find land. Ouch. Wow. What do we toss? Hopefully we pull land off the top. We do have a 60% chance to draw land here, you guys. Brought to you by MTG Assistant and AetherHub.com. right? We're gonna flash in our Spectral Sailor. Ooh, 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 ooh. I do not like the look of a mountain ever. We can expect this to be shocked immediately. No shock, that's fine. It lets us access our Quench now, you guys. That's pretty cool. If there's no need to Quench, we can use our Octopus. But as a red deck, I don't know if I want to stack all my stuff together. We might want to spread them out. That's his whole turn. I'm going to mutate. I'm going for it. We're going big. This is going to be a tempo play, you guys. We're going over, making it a 2-2. Let's attack before we play in case we get a land. We do. Playing that. That's very nice. We still have Quench open, or we could do another Octopus and double down on our bad decision. We gotta let it hit. I was thinking about playing the Octopus as the body to block it, right, for the kill, but then he could just do something to it, and then we can't counter, right? And we really want to counter. It's important for us to be able to quench the heck out of that. Right? Very important. Let's get the attack in again. The land's untapped anyways. Ending our turn for now. Let's let him tap that again. Down to 17. Hopefully not much is happening. My turn. Activate this then. Oh, he does it when it's off the field. That's a pro play. I'm gonna do something funny for him, since that was so clever. Funny guy. Ouch, you guys, that was a good play. Bone crushed when we took our land out of play. I can't believe it. That's so pro. I have to assume he has another Bone Crusher, so we can't. He's gonna do it again. It's gonna deal 4 damage to it, so we have to double play, which we totally can. So that's like really groovy. Oh, but it's during our turn. Oops. Shoot. Gosh darn it. That blows his whole turn up, though. We get the dispute, which we now have to hold, because I thought we were on his phase still. We're making so many mistakes today. It's not even funny. It doesn't really do a lot, is the thing, though. Actually, maybe he's not played his land yet. Let's be careful about this. Let's try to quit playing off phase, right? My turn. He's out of mana. We're gonna mutate this on to our borrower. Let's go under. Down to 8. We get to draw. Hey, that's not so bad. Ending our turn. We do have our Dispute, which we would like to use before he gets unlimited Steamkin mana. Oh no, apparently that won't ever be an option. Okay, it just has to be a thing. As long as he doesn't have any burn, we're gonna be okay, right? All we need to do is counter the burn on our borrower. I mean, he's gonna hit us for a lot of damage. Oh no, Frenzy with 3 Steamkins. We can counter that right now, can't we? No. Or does our counter go through before he gets his mana? How does that work? I think it does, doesn't it? Oh! That's so good! We would have lost if we didn't do that. A Frenzy with 3 Steamkins? That's incredible. Whew. I'm not really into blocking. We should have played this and then that. So we did kind of mess that up. We could have got a draw out of that situation, I think. Or no, it didn't have flash. So no draw. No harm, no foul. Oh, mono red is the bane of my existence, you guys. So he's got lethal next turn. He's out of everything, so we can play our Slitherwisp. Not good. Hopefully the draw we get here is baller. Well, 2 Disputes is like kind of worthless, actually. He's got a lot of mana. We can block the 4 and the 3. Right, did he just top deck an Embercleave? That's going to be the terrifying stitch of this. Right, we may as well go there, get the kill. And we will mitigate the most amount of damage, hitting us for 3, 4, 5, 6. He's gonna, okay, so what if, worst case scenario, both this, he's got Castle Embereth, right? So he uses Castle Embereth, everybody goes up 1, and he pumps the Steamkins by 1. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 damage total. Let's just block the Steamkin. Right? Unless he has an Embercleave. And then he's fully tapped, unless it's a creature. We can hit for 6. He's also going to have to use his mana in some way here. He's got to pay for it now and again. Right? So he's got, what, 4, 5 only? So he's using 3 now, and that makes it not an option to use his Castle Embereth, and even better for us. I think this is game. Just goes to show you, you can make tons of mistakes in a match and still win at some of the highest levels of Magic the Gathering Arena. He's thinking about it, weighing pros and cons, right? Why did that disappear? And why did I not get the option to counter it again? Why wasn't I allowed to recounter that? I should have been able to put another dispute on the stack once he paid for the first one. Is that incorrect? Alright guys, we don't have our Nightbonder in hand, which makes all of our flash spells cheaper, which is our go-to, really, normally. But, it's hard to complain, right? We do have a pretty good situation going on here. We do need to pull, probably, another swamp here with our Fabled Passage. Some Tin Street aggro. Bummer. Is what it is, though. Ooh. Paying life against a mono red deck's not my favorite thing to do. I'll say that. But at least we can flash in our Nightbonder and hopefully stop this guy in his tracks, right? He's spent his mana. Pretty cool, right? We'll let it hit. Hopefully he attacks with everybody. We can flash in and kill the Dodger. Nice. Right, that's good value there in and on its own. Our things are now cheaper. Let's play this. Grab Swamp. He knows what we're playing now, so there's no need to really hide anything. And we can attack quite a hefty amount. And before he attacks, right, before his attack phase, we need to put in our Cutthroats to empty our hand. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We only have 4, so that's totally fine. He won't get a card here with it. He does get one more attack in. Oh, yeah, just a needless ramp on a creature. Loving it. It's a big hit, let's be honest, right? Let's double down. Second one powers up the first. He could have a Stomp. I'll give him that. That would be cool. Even a Shock would do quite a bit of damage to us here. He's fully tapped again. We're down to 10. But again, we know how to play aggro. Let's smash him down to 8. Pretty powerful hit. Even if he pulls an Embercleave and an Infuriate, which he wouldn't be able to cast the Embercleave. He doesn't have enough attackers. What am I thinking? That's kind of a boring win, but I'll take it. What an ideal hand, ladies and gentlemen. We've been blessed. 2 Cunning Nightbonders. It's a 2/2 for 2 with Flash. Spells with Flash that you cast cost 1 less to cast. Oh my god. I'm going to take an island off the start, right? We don't have any swamp costs in our hand, and we have a double island borrower cost. Oh, there's our double swamp. We knew it was coming. So, passing our turn, playing on his turn. It is Umori, the Collector. It appears to me that the companion mechanic might be a little bit broken. And again, I'm not an authority on these figures, but it just appears that way from where I'm standing, right? I'm going to pay life for this. And, oof, he could double block and get the kill. So it's less than ideal. Let's pass. We could always bounce this amass token if that's like his get, right? If he plays another Reaver and wants to just amass a big token, then we're better off to hold our borrower for a little bit. This is a good card for many reasons. It's so good. It's a draw engine, which is the biggest problem I have with it. So the only thing we could do is nothing, right? We just need to counter that and do nothing, right? We like to ramp is the thing. But again, the chance that he's playing blue, it seems low. It seems like probably a mono black deck, right? spells he casts cost 1 less to cast. Goodness gracious. We get our second swamp. That opens up our Slitherwisp, which is cool. And again, we're just passing the turn. Right? This last top Reaver token has really stunned us here. I'm going to take the draw here, I think, rather than paying our Bonder, because it doesn't decrease the costs of much of our stuff. Let's see if he attacks. Probably not. That wouldn't make sense unless he wants the draw. In which case, I would bounce his Reaper, get the kill, so he doesn't get his draw. No. Okay, so Slitherwisp into our Sailor. We get the draw. Just trying to maximize value. And, yeah, it could be worse, right? So the Sailor can strike. And now our Slitherwisp is doing 1 damage, our Sailor is doing 1 damage, and his Midnight Reaper will do 1 damage. But I don't think taking... This is annoying. Or we just let him kill himself super quick. Nah, draw engines are a priority removal source, you guys. Do not let draw engines hit the field. We have plenty of life. We could take a little beating for a second. It's tapped now, which is nice. So what I say we do is fake out his block, right? He's gonna double block, at which point we're gonna bounce some shenanigans here. We're done with that. And then we just go in here with a nice return permanent to hand. Right, taking the trade and getting some excess damage in. He does get to draw. We probably should have bounced this beforehand. But I think I want to flash in a Borrower and just go for the aggro kill, right? The Scorpion is fire. This is one of the sleepers of the set. When Serrated Scorpion dies, it deals 2 damage to each opponent and you gain 2 life. Very cool. And then another Reaver, which we should probably counter. But like I said, unless he's got a flyer, let's go big. Let's hit him in the air, right? We do chip damage here, down to 12. We have 4 damage in the sky. That's all I'm saying. Right? We're down to 12 as well. So he's setting pace. We are ramping very nicely. Do we do the same shenanigans to him now? Or do we go into stall mode? We hit for 4. Next turn, we can hit for 7. Plus it does 8. So that will be lethal next turn, just like this. Again, I'm terrible at math. But I think that should be it. Right, because we get 1 damage here, plus 3 damage, which equals 4. Plus we're doing the 4 that we did on field, which is 8. So that's not lethal, right? That's a misrepresentation. LOL. Oh no, he has... I'm looking at my health total, not his. He only has 8. That is lethal. It's been a long day. So he's just gonna hit for 3? Question mark? No blocks. Not really that into it. Well, yeah, we can still counter. Why not? Let's bounce it. It kind of just forces him into replaying it almost, right? Knight, we can't counter. But again, I think we just want to put in, like I said, this Borrower. And kill him with all this flying damage. Okay, the Stone Cold Serpent does have reach, so we should deal with that accordingly. Right, using a Quench on that. A bummer, but it is what it is. Land goes in. I guess we will hit like previously wanting to. 2 attacks, and let's put in this Octopus with its Flash Mutate cost. It goes on top, making the Spectral Sailor a 2/2 now, which is really cool. We do a damage because it has Flash with Slitherwisp, which means we hit for 5. And by golly, we could just kill him like this, right? Let's play our Cutthroat, does another damage. Ooh, that's even better. Let's put this underneath this time, right? Keeping our high attack. And we can still do more. Oh, you can see just how powerful this deck can potentially get near the end steps of the match. Garuda, Doom of Depths is 100% a busted card. Right, this is the card that the tryhards use, and very much the card that I will be using in the future. I think it's just a magical card. I doubt he casts something for 2 that's blue. We probably just want to prioritize all of our counters for either his Thassa or his Garuda, right? He's gonna ramp into it. What a monster. I can't even believe it. This is a madman. All you need is a Temple of Mystery, a Paradise Druid, and you can play it. Blue, blue. I'm gonna throw up. Alright. Nightbonder comes out, sure. Bro Spiral, like... More ramp, baby. Watch him start playing Agents of Treachery on us and stuff. What a guy. And here's us. Opposing board state. Can't draw a land to save our lives. You know what I mean? Just straight up bummer. The fun thing is, though, because of our Nightbonder, we're going to be able to Brineborn Cutthroat with a Dispute on top to counter his Garuda with 2 mana. Prince Charming is annoying for me. It's just like, go away, kid. Right? It makes me want to just flash in my Brazen Borrower and start smashing this hoe down. Scry 2, he's being greedy. He's like, I have not found my Thassa yet. Okay, here's our prime directive. So Borrower can go out. Just by that, he knows. You're gone. Oh, not a land. That would have been just terrifying. We pulled one of those. 44.9% chance to draw land, in which we've partaked in 3 times. Do you think he wants to kill these cards? We need the Nightbonder to stay alive. Let's pass, you know what I mean? We're not in any threat. Let's just hold the phone. Hopefully we can recounter the shenanigans. It'd be cool if I had another Brineborn Cutthroat in hand. I just think that'd be so fun. So even though he's rocking one of the best decks in the new meta, one of the most broken decks, we're able to easily handle it with a couple copies of Mystical Dispute, right? That's all that we've really played that's made a difference here. We've got 2 land, right? Oh, look at us. We've drawn a 3rd, and it's even the right color. Blessed he be by the Lord. I watched a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Growing up, so I've got the Heart of the Cards fused to the nucleus of my cells. It runs very deep. Almost as deep as this Growth Spiral. Like, if I had a list of, like, things I needed to deal with, like, those people... Oh, by golly, that's a heavy hit, isn't it? What's he gonna copy his... I just don't know if it's a threat or not. Is a copy of Prince Charming that threatening? I don't think so. Oh no. You scryed again. Right? Like, I get it, it's good. It's a lot better when you use it on your Demon Kraken, that's for sure. Pass to attackers. Yeah, we're not looking to block. Right? I wish. Pass. He could have his own Mystical Dispute, which I somehow doubt. Let's go here. I'll check my phone quick because it is going crazy. I don't know what people are going off about. We get what happens to be our 4th land of the whole game, which is cool. Yeah, as far as combat goes, we don't have our flyer yet. And I don't know if we want to kill both of his creatures and sacrifice our cutthroat. Actually, I think we do. I'm pretty sure we do. Right? Because if he does choose to go that road, we can really get into some shenanigans here. He doesn't want to. He knows I've got stuff on the backhand. And he just takes the damage. I'd say this one's pretty much wrapped up. Oh! So many Mystical Disputes. It's going to make your head spin, you guys. 3 disputes is all you need to win the game. A very powerful uncommon card. This is a lot of land. But I guess let's just rock and roll, right? It could be way worse. I had to kill the sound on this. There we go. Totes, my bad. Spectral Sailor on turn 1 is always one of my favorite plays within this deck. Just not against mono red, am I right? Hey, it's a non-human. Let's try to flex on it. So, I think we don't want to use our octopus until we can protect it with a Quench. I hope he uses his giant. Yes! That's a 2-for-1. We get rid of the stomp and we get rid of the giant. This sucks. That's a negative trade for us. Let's trade with it. I want to deal with it before there's anything bigger to go along with it. You know what I mean? Well, that's annoying. It is what it is. We can luckily mutate. He's like, well, I'm going to trade anyways. It's fine, right? I'll take the token and I'll kill his creature. That would be at least my thought process there. Now, he is going in for the attack. We can mutate. It goes on top, so it becomes a 2-2. Keeps flying. And now we can kill this Scorch Spitter without losing our little dude. He does get the 1-1, admittedly. It's not good. We're 1 mana off from our shark, which sucks. Let's get the draw in here. That's what it's all about. Okay, there's our land for next turn. We can use our Brazen Borrower when he goes in for his Embercleave. That's going to be our best bet. We can even Brineborn before we use Petty Theft. This is what it is. Oh no. Debating there whether to take the draw or whether to Cutthroat into a Petty Theft to kill the 1-1, which I think is our move here. Right. I mean, I know we could just bounce it. Or do we... Yeah, we bounce the Annex to set him back mana-wise, right? Tempo-wise, push him back. That now has to be his next turn. in which we can counter it with our Greatshark, right? So that's not too shabby. I'd say let's rush him. We deal 3 damage. He's only dealing 2. He sees our Borrower. He thinks that's the option. He's going to play his Annex right into our Shark's Mouth, you guys. Look at this thing. He's ready for it. Brineborn gets the token. We have a 4-3 and a 5-4 on the field against Mono Red. You're done, buddy. Oh! Whoa! Karma is a swift striker, you guys. It always gets me. It's like as soon as I'm like, haha, let me tell you what. Backfires in my face immediately. I'd say let's just race him, right? We have this tempoed out easily, especially with this flash. Oh, and he plays a land. That's not good. He's going to Castle Embereth, so we don't really want to sacrifice our creature. I'd rather just hit him, right? Counter up our Cutthroat. And that's going to be game. Okay, guys, last match of the day. Win or lose. Let's get him. We have our turn 1 Sailor. We have our Cutthroat, which I think I'm going to play before our Bonder. It's hard to say, though. Jeskai Fires with Kruga is beyond broken, you guys. This deck is insane. Like, you thought Cavalier of Gales was a good draw engine? He's going to draw 3 or 4 cards when this hits the field, right? Because he's going to have... I can't even get into it. Let's not focus on it. He's doing nothing here. We can play our Sailor. Crimson, I'll get to that in a second. So 2 lands. I guess it doesn't matter which land we play. Let's have them active, though. If it's a good drop, we Quench, but probably just holding that for when he plays Fires. Needing to avoid Shatter the Sky, Deafening Clarion, things like this, right? Let's Cutthroat. And hopefully he doesn't smash it. Let's get the hit in. Land comes in tapped. And turn 2 Nightbonders is a little excessive this late. No Deafening Clarion. No Deafening Clarion. Actually, I guess it doesn't matter. A Tafizzle? Yeah. You get out of here, boy. Let's push our Cutthroat up. Let's pay life here. Just so we could double cast next turn and escape his Clarion if he plays it. Right, I am assuming a Fires is being played here. And then he's allowed to play 1 more card. Probably his Sphinx. It's good. It's good. It's a great blocker. Right? Mutate on top, it gets an additional +1/+1. Or just a defense. And then let's throw this out there too. Right, it puts them out of range. It's the over-under technique. He wants to block it, right? Unless I'm drawing 2 cards. Woo! And he's down to 7. I like that. Give me a counterspell, baby. No. Oh, we have 3 mana available. I guess we'll just flash it in as we normally would, right? So we're getting close on one of the best decks in the new meta. Kruga Fires is just like, unquestionably, like one of the most powerful decks. I wish we had a couple Mystical Disputes in our hand. Okay, that's a really nice bounce. There's nothing we can do about it. It does take up one of his spells, though, right? We get all 3 back to our hand, which actually isn't the worst. Into a Kenny, which is great. This swamp almost blends in with the playmat so much that you can't see it. Fatal Passage, fine. This is looking pretty grim, you guys. Having that flyer to block is really going to save him. We almost need a Dirge Bat with more land. So this is why Fires is so powerful. Once it gets there, it's there. Like, it's everywhere. It's so powerful. He could give us guys haste, but he's tapping his flyer. Brazen Borrower cannot block. That's the thing. Right? Putting this on top, goes to 2/2. I'm sure he's got another Petty Theft ready for us. But he can't cast that on our turn because of Fires. So that's not the worst. But again, he's 12/12. Like, GG's, RIPs. I guess. Again with the over-under technique. I don't think it actually puts it below. I think it just... Actually, no, it definitely should. Or if it just puts it below the Sea-Dasher Octopus. I'm not sure. The draw is really nice regardless, right? We get some counters finally. We did a little bit of damage. I guess we end our turn. And we try to avoid this Kruga, which is going to draw him, what, 1, 2, 3 cards at the very minimum. We could counter that, though. Right? It costs 5. No, but he doesn't spend his mana because of Fire, so we ain't countering shit. Hurts. And he pulls his best card, Cavalier Fires. What do you do? We can't counter this either, you guys. What in the world? I kind of want to get beat up. We have to play 2 spells to get our Cutthroat above, and then the 2 spells we play die. Oof. Right, he's got all the mana in the world for that. At least our Cutthroat survives, though. I guess? I don't know. This is lose, lose, lose scenario. We'll try our best, though. Alright, guys, that was Dimir Flash. We had some wins, we had some losses. I think it's a pretty cool deck. It really reminds me of Simic Flash, like I stated earlier, which, again, is probably not a top-tier deck, but in best of 1, it has the ability to win any match if things go right. So again, thanks for watching. I'm live on Twitch every single morning, 6 a.m. PST. I'd love your company. Be sure to jump in our Discord as well to win a ton of cash prizes. More importantly, to introduce yourself and join a community of like-minded individuals. So Thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell icon so you're notified of our future uploads. And most importantly, thank you all for your continued time and attention. I can't tell you how much I appreciate your support, and I'm really looking forward to cleaning out the rest of 2020 with you in Magic the Gathering Arena. Take care, and we'll see you tomorrow. If you liked today's video, be sure to check out some of our other content. We built playlists for our guides for beginners, and then we also have our greatest hits, which is a collection of our most popular videos. You can also subscribe if you're interested in winning up to 500,000 gems. So do that, tap that like button, send this out to a friend who you think might be interested in it as well, and have a great day.